Welcome to Men and the City from Vienna, Austria. So if you remember in last video, we talked about the revolt against weak men. Well, today we're going to continue that theme, but specifically we're going to focus on the collapse of the old order. Traveling might be the best way to see the world and understand how it's changing. It's very difficult to know exactly how inflation or the war in Ukraine or changes in oil prices or even masculinity as a concept. It's very difficult to understand these things unless you travel. So fortunately for me, over the next few weeks, I will be in different European countries doing just that. In fact, Europe might be ahead of the curve in terms of the timeline for collapse. And part of the reason I say that is because of what is going on in Paris right now. So some of you may have heard that in the last 72 hours, the situation there has gotten quite ugly. In fact, something like 2,000 vehicles have been burned. 500 buildings have been damaged. There's been something like 800 arrests, and as many as 250 police have been injured. What's going on here? What is happening? Well, in short, it's a continuation of this underlying friction that France, like the United States and other countries, have experienced for the better part of 10 years. In short, the age of prosperity is coming to an end, and the age of scarcity has just begun. So in Paris, to be more specific, there's tension between a large immigrant population and the French population. There is rampant inflation, as there is across Europe, higher, I should say, than in the United States. There's also a pension crisis because the government has decided recently to raise the retirement age, and this is just the beginning. Once the age of scarcity fully hits, many of these programs and resources and so forth will become scarce, they'll dry up, and they'll have to be reformed or eliminated. So you can imagine where we are headed. How does this affect you and me? What does this have to do with masculinity, or what I call neo-masculinity? Well, it means that our time is coming. It means that very soon many of these problems are going to escalate to such a degree that men are going to have to come together to solve them. That we are going to have to come together to reform a very broken system, a system that is crumbling before us. It means that our existential purpose is to take the reins once again, to come out from beneath, to come up from our cave, to reclaim our destiny, our purpose as men. And that is to reign again during the age of scarcity. So stay tuned for more to come, and we'll talk soon.